everybody, I'm LeeAnne. This is Muscle Fitness. We're going to do a 55-minute workout today. What you'll need is a set of weights, light weights, maybe 3s, 5s, or 8s, or you could use canned food goods. I teach at Cleveland Park City Fitness or Foundation Fitness. We're going to get started. All right, let's go ahead and march. Right and left, right and left. Nice, strong march. How about if we take a deep breath? Stretch it up, shake it out. Nice deep breath. Stretch it up, shake it out. Good. 2 more times. Up, shake it down. Try to reach for the side walls and ceiling. Just march. Hold your march. Right and left. Keep your march. Right and left. Good. Now let's tap it out. Tap right and left. Right and left. Move your hips a little bit. Move your arms. Do 8 more. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now go back to your march. Right and left. Keep your march. Right and left. 4, 3. Let's tap it out. Tap right and left. Good. Last 4, 3, 2. Back to your march. Right and left. Good. Keep going for 4, 3. Now little squat. Squat right and left. You're going to step your foot to the side. Send your hips back. I'm going to turn so that you can see my hips and tailbone are going back. My foot is stepping side to side. Keep going. Good. Let's do a few more. Squatting side to side. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Now lift your knees up. Lift right and left. Right and left. Add a little bicep pump. Good. Now swing your arms. Breathe in and out. Try to expand and move the energy with your breath. Lift, lift. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Now push overhead. Push up. Inhale and exhale. Last 4, 3, and march it out. Right and left. I notice that I can hear my marching on the wood floor here at City Fitness. I want you to try to quiet your feet. Quiet your feet, belly muscles in. Good, let's go back to that squat. Right and left, right and left. So now we're gonna cross our arms and we're gonna lift up. Try to open your chest when you lift up. Good, let's try 4 more here. 4. Hopefully you're starting to get warm. Last 1. March, right and left. Good, keep the march. Last 4, 3. Let's take that tap. 3 taps, 2, now march. 3 taps, 1, 2, now march. So here I want you to have fun with it. Don't worry if you don't have the feet exactly. Move your hips a little bit. Pull your navel into your spine. 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, and march. 1 more time. Tap, 2, 3, and march, and march, and march. Good. Lift the knees up, 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 up. Last set. 4, 3, 2. Now little flick kick. Just kick it out in front. Lift your arms to the side. Great. And march. Good job. Let's take our feet out wide. You're going to tap your toes, tapping side to side. Let's roll our shoulders back. 4 more. Sweep your forehead. Good. Kind of wipe the sweat. Be dramatic. 4, 3. Now big full arm circle. Open up the chest. Open it up. Last 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to just shift your weight side to side, keeping the abdominal muscles in. You're gonna stay over on your right side. You're gonna turn and you're going to press down through your back heel. So belly muscles are in, long spine from the tailbone all the way up through the top of your head. Press down through the heel, getting a stretch in your calf, your hamstring, and your spine. Now you're going to step in just a little bit, and you're going to tuck your hip forward a lot. So you want to try to feel that stretch through the front of the quadriceps along the hip flexor. Roll your shoulders back one at a time. Now both. Good. Go ahead and reach up with both arms. Allow the left arm to come down. Leaning over to the side. Breathe in and out. Come back to center. Go ahead and lift up that left arm. Reach up and over to the side. Good, getting a nice stretch through the side. And then come back to center. Now step in a lot and shift your hips back. So you're standing on your back leg, your weight is in your back leg, pulling the toes up in your front leg. Just hold. Let's hold for a few seconds. Breathe in and out. All right, let's lower and lift the toes. You're gonna tap it down and up kind of fast. Pull up as high as you can. You're gonna warm up the front of your shin. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. You're gonna flat back down, and then you're gonna round your spine all the way up, and now you're gonna tap side to side. Good, let's just lunge side to side. Let's stay over here and turn and face the opposite direction. So now you're pressing down through the back heel. Nice long line from the heel all the way up through the crown of the head. Retract your shoulder blades. Belly muscles are pulling in. I know there's a lot of direction there. You want to keep your abdominal muscles slightly contracted, supporting the low back. We're stretching out our calf and hamstring, so you should feel that elongating. Now you're going to step in just a little bit with that back foot. Tuck your hip a lot and roll your shoulders. Both shoulders. Good. Go ahead and take your hands back on your hindquarters. Squeeze your elbows together and sort of puff out your chest. Pull your chin back. Make sure your chin is level with the floor. And then release your arms. And now we're going to take a bigger step in, shift back. And now we're going to stretch along that front foot leg, pulling the toes up, lengthening along the hamstring. Breathe in and out. You should be doing the opposite side here. And now we're just going to double time, tap it out. Tap it out. Try to lift your toes up as high as you can, getting a little bit of warmth along the shin. Hold 4 more for 4, 3, 2, great job. All right, go ahead and bring it back to center. Let's take a squat, sit back. Nice deep squat. So I'm gonna turn to the side here. I want you to really sit back with your hips, belly muscles pulled in, arms come forward, counterbalancing. Squeeze your buns under and you're gonna come back up. Take a nice deep breath, reach up all the way. Breathe in, breathe out, and release the shoulders down. Let's interlace our fingers, bend your knees just a little bit. Gently lean to the left and look up to the right. And then come back to center. Release your shoulders down. Lean to the right and look up to the left. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center. All right, release down. I'd like you to balance in your right leg. Belly muscles pulling in. You're gonna lift up for 2 and down for 2. So I'm gonna move back just a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Make sure that your hips are level and your shoulders are level. Belly muscles are pulling in and out, or actually they're pulling in and you're breathing in and out. Nice deep breaths. Good. So if you have a problem or if you are not feeling quite as balanced today as sometimes, you can take a chair. Any chair will do. One that is stable. And you can lightly place your fingertips on the edge of the chair. Now, we're gonna go up and extend. So up, extend, in and down. You keep going. I'm gonna turn to the side just to show you. Up, extend, in and down. Up, extend, in and down. I wanna make sure that you're not leaning back when you extend. I'm going to exaggerate that. You don't wanna lean back. You wanna keep your spine long and tall. Let's do one more here on this side. Now hold up and pulse up. Up, and remember, keep pulsing, don't let your leg down yet. Remember that you just have a light touch on the chair if you're holding on at all. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release down. So you should feel something in that quadricep muscle. Belly muscles pull in. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna move my chair over. Center your weight on your standing leg. So in the heel and the ball of the foot, you want even weight distribution. Here we go. Let's lift it up, 2 counts. So it's up, up, and down. Good. Remember, each time you lift your knee, try to draw in on your abdominal muscles. Imagine if you were zipping up your pants and you don't want to catch your skin. So each time you lift your knee, you're gonna draw in. Good. And remember, the chair is nice if you need a little help with balance, but we're working here on muscle strength, flexibility, coordination, and balance. You could do this at the kitchen counter, holding on to the counter. One more. Up 2, down 2. Now let's go up and extend. So up, extend, in and down. Remember my little pointer? Try not to lean back when you extend your leg. I exaggerated there. But you don't want to lean back. You want to keep your upper body nice and tall and elongated. Head and neck are relaxed. Relax through the shoulders. Hips are square and even. You can keep going. Now hold up and pulse up. And if you want to change a view, you can rotate around as well, but you don't have to turn. I'm just doing that so you can see the posture and positioning. 4 more, 4. Woo! Good, release down. And you should feel something nice and warm in your quadriceps in the front of the legs. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. Hopefully you're getting nice and warm now. So again, if you have a chair, I love using the chair for various stretches. You can reach and hold on to your chair. You could also use a sofa or a bed for this, depending on where you're doing your workout. So I'm lengthening out through my spine. You can bend your knees a little bit if that feels good, and then slowly straighten them, and you'll get a really nice hamstring and glute stretch here, as well as a back stretch. So deep breathing in and out, getting oxygen down to the muscles, and then you're gonna come up nice and slowly. If you take my class with me regularly, you know that I like to stretch in between the sets when the muscles are nice and warm. And so now you're gonna reach for your weights and or your canned goods. I'm gonna start out with my weights, and we're gonna do just a little back exercise. So in this one, you can hip hinge, bend your knees. We're gonna row for 2 and lengthen out. Row for 2. Now, I also really like the chair for this one because I can place my hand on the chair and I can support my torso. What I'd like you to do is row with the weight, and you're gonna pull your elbow up. You wanna keep it close to your body. I'm gonna turn towards the camera again to see that my elbow is not out here to the side, but it's in, nice and close. So you're working your latissimus dorsi along the upper back. Pull back 2, lower down 2. Now let's go up 1 and lower 3, 2. Good. Lift up 1, You want to try to keep your head in a neutral position. So I'm turning my head and sort of craning my neck so that I can see you and you can see me. 1 up, 3 down, 1 up, 3 down. But if you're at home, your gaze is out in a natural direction, kind of maybe a couple feet out in front of you. Now hold up and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just for fun, let's lower it down nice and slow, full lengthening. Go ahead and let the weight hang heavy. You're going to come up 2, extend 2, lower 2, and then take the weight back towards the ground. Up 2, extend, lower, and the weight comes down to the ground. Good, so you're getting a little tricep work there as well. Breathe in and out. Make sure that you don't have any strain in the back. Remember that you could be supported here. In, 2, and down. Just one more. Let's go up 2, extend 2, in 2, and then lower down. Great job. All right, unfold, and we're just going to do the other side. So I'm going to switch around so that I can use my chair. Again, you can hip hinge and do this in place, or you can place your hand on the chair and get a nice flat back. Now retract your shoulder, row back 2, down 2. Breathe in, exhale. So the same thing we did on the first side. Make sure that you have a neutral spine. So you should have just a slight curve in your low back. Try to have a nice flat upper back. Breathe in and out. Keeping the oxygen flowing down to the muscles. Using the breath and the movement. With the movement. So sometimes I like to inhale as I row back and then exhale as I lower down. Let's go up 2. Now let's go up 1, down 3. Up 1. So what I want you to do, like you're pulling a lawnmower string. A big row back. Row, lower, 2, 3. Find the position that works best for your back. Whether that's holding the edge of the chair, up 1, down 2, or putting your hand on the flat part of the chair, on the seat. Up 1, down. Good, let's hold up and pulse up. Up, up. Great, you're doing great. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it up and just slowly lower it down. If you need to release your back in any way, you could come up and shake it out for just a second. Come back down into the exercise. And now we're going to go up 2. So it's up, up, extend, in, and down. Good. It's up 2, extend, in. So what you want to try to do is control the weight. Don't allow the weight to control your arm. So as you lower, especially extension right here, you're going to control lower slow and then move it down towards the floor. Good. I think we only have a few more like this. Let's go up 2, extend 2, in 2, and down. Just one more. Just a little bit of tricep work. Into and down. Good. Let's come out of that and release. So I'm going to place my weights to the side for just a second. And I want you to go ahead and roll your shoulders back. Now, again, we're going to take a stretch. So if you have that chair close by, you're going to round your spine and stretch and arch your back. And then you're going to release it and come into a flat back, flat spine. You could also do this using your own body, placing your hands high up on your quads, drop your head, round your spine, and then release back to center. I'm going to turn to the front so that you can see. Now we're going to drop our left shoulder towards our right knee and do a little bit of a spinal twist and then come back to center. And then to the other side. And then come back to center. And now I want you to roll all the way up. Good, let's just march it out for a second. Breathing in and out. How are you feeling? Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. One more time. Deep breath up. Good, exhale, release it down. Okay, so what I would like to do are some lateral raises. For this, I'm gonna use my cans of beans. I have black beans and I have garbanzo beans. And so what we're going to do is just a lateral raise. My cans weigh 15 and a half pounds. 15.5 ounces. So you want something nice and light for your deltoid work. We're working the shoulder group. Breathe in and out. You don't have to stand still. You could split your stance. You could march if that feels good. You could tap your foot in front. Breathe in and out. And lower down. Good. Excellent. Let's do 2 more. So I'm not leaning back. I'm trying not to lean forward. My arms are straight. I'm coming straight out to the side. No higher than shoulder height. Good. Let's do 2 more. Up 2, down 2. Last one. Nice and easy. Breathe in and out. Good. All right. Bend at the elbow joint. Palms are up. So you could be using light weights or cans of food here. I'm going to turn to the side. You're going to open out and come inward. So now I'm coming forward so that you can see I'm crossing my arms. We're rotating our shoulders. Elbows are close to the sides. Breathe in, breathe out. Rotate open and close. Breathe in, breathe out. Great. Rotating, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Squeezing those shoulder blades right where my hair is hitting my back. I'm squeezing like I have a walnut between my shoulder blades. This is shoulder rotation. It's excellent to prevent shoulder injury. It's a rehab exercise, so if you do have shoulder injuries, it is helpful to do this as well. Good, let's do 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Here we go, last one. Breathe in and exhale. Good, release down. So now we're gonna use a little bit heavier weight. If all you have at home is cans of food, that works well too. We're gonna do a bicep curl and lower down. I'm gonna switch over to a little bit heavier. Here we go. So up for 2 and down for 2. Breathe. Good. You're gonna lift your knee up and lower down and then switch sides. Up, and down. So this is a compound exercise. We're doing 2 things at once, right? We're balancing, we're lifting, belly muscles are pulling in, so you're getting a little core work. Breathe in and breathe out. If you don't have the balance, just raise up onto your toe. Up onto the toe. Until you feel comfortable enough to start lifting the foot, maybe just a little bit, and lowering down. Or if you've got this and you can do the knee lift, feel free to do that now. So still working the biceps. Good. Up 2, down 2. Remember our little zip maneuver, pulling in on your abdominal muscles. Don't allow yourself to lean back. So you want to stay upright. I'm turning to the side so that you can see that as I curl and lift my knee, I'm not leaning back. Breathe. Great job. Let's do 4 more. 4. And if the balance maneuver doesn't feel good to you, again, you can just raise up onto your toe. That's it. Up, down, down. Good. So let's come up halfway and pulse. Just a little pulse, 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 curling, curling, pulse. Good job. 4. Now we're going to come up 1, down nice and slow. Up 1, down, nice and slow. When you come up, don't bring your weight all the way to your shoulder. Stop a little shy of that. The reason is you don't have a whole lot of muscle tension right here. You're gonna keep that tension on the bicep group, and you're gonna stop a little shy. Good. Up 1, down, 2, 3, 2 more, up. Good. 1 more time. Up, down, 2, 3. Great job. All the way down. Let your weights hang heavy. Let your arms stretch. Just move a little bit side to side. Side to side. Great job. All right, so I feel like we should do 1 or 2 more exercises for the lower body. So I really, again, like using the chair for this. We're gonna do a squat. You do have some options here. I'm gonna move my blanket aside. I'm gonna take the chair, and so what I want you to do is come and sit on the edge of your chair and have your feet right underneath of your knees. Engage your gluteal muscles, your abdominal muscles, and lift up off of the chair. So we're gonna squat. Down, sit, up, down, touch, up. And you can actually sit into your chair. Just make sure that your chair won't slide away from you. Sit, counterbalance with your arms. So this is the reason we do squats, right? So that we can continue getting up and out of our chairs as we age. Sit back. And this shows that a really good squat is pretty deep. Sometimes we stop about here, right? And that's okay. Some days you want to just train that upper part of the squat. Sometimes we stay down low and we lift up, down, up, down. So you're training the hardest part of the squat. Now, let's do 2 more like that. Oh, 1 more. Good, now we're gonna come all the way up. Up, 2, down, 2. I'm starting to get tired, how about you? Good. All right, 2 more. Last one. Up, up, down, down. Great work. Okay, don't go anywhere. Come to center. Just shake it out, march it out, breathe it out. Good. All right, so we're gonna use the chair for some stretching. I would like you to take your chair, hold on to the back of it, bring your knee forward, reach back for your foot. You could also use a towel here and wrap the towel around your foot where I'm holding on. You want your knees parallel. I'm gonna move myself back just a little bit. So, if I had a towel, that would be great. So, I'm holding on to my foot. You could also hold on to your shoe. Take 2 fingers and put them in your shoe. Now, I want your belly muscles to pull in, your tailbone to tuck under, and you're gonna hold on. And then if you have the balance, you can take the opposite hand off of the chair and take it up. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like from the front. And go ahead and reach up. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. So you're stretching out this quadricep. Go ahead and release. Oh my goodness, and look at that. I have a towel. So now I can show you on the other side. So this will take a little bit of work, but you're gonna lift your knee up, grab onto your foot. Now, I'm holding the front of my foot, right? Knees are parallel. Try to lengthen your torso. On this side, I'm less balanced, so I'm really holding on to that chair. I'm gonna show you with the towel how you can lasso your foot this way. That way, see my shoulders so forward here? I can open that up. I can extend through my head. It feels a whole lot better for me, not having to grab the front of my foot. And then you can pull up a little bit. And then you can kind of move your knee forward and back into the stretch. See what feels good for you. And once again, if you have the balance, you could take the opposite arm and extend it up and breathe into a full expression of the pose and the stretch. And so you want to hold your stretches about 30 seconds. I think I've blathered on long enough that our 30 seconds is probably good. Always good to hold them longer. And then you're going to release down and relax down. So let's do that back stretch again. This is one of my favorites, can you tell? So stretching, I'm reaching my fingertips forward. I'm reaching my tailbone back. I'm allowing my head to relax a little bit. You could cross your hands and then sink into the opposite hip. And then switch sides, crossing my hand, sinking into the opposite hip. I think everybody can probably have a chair, but you can do something similar with your hands on your thighs. So now what I'd like you to do on one more really great stretch is sit on the edge of your chair. And you're going to place your knees together. You're going to rotate your shoulders towards me. And you're going to use the chair to rotate around. You could also be holding down here like this. Breathe in and breathe out. Can you give me a amount of seconds?
30, about 30 seconds.
All right, and then we're going to go to the other side. So this is part one. We're going to go to part two. So please join me back. I'm going to face you to show you that I'm rotating to the other side, trying to keep my knees stable and balanced. Thanks for joining me for part one of Muscle Fitness, and I'll see you in just a minute.